Hey everybody, I'm Joe. We're talking about the Marvel Multiverse game, and today we're going to go over the rules for healing and recovery. Here we go. First, as we begin, I apologize if I sound a little bit weird. I am recovering from losing my voice. So if you are coming to the Marvel Multiverse game from another game system, you are probably accustomed to things like long and short rest mechanics, and it might surprise you to learn that that does not exist in Marvel Multiverse. Instead, Marvel Multiverse is really all about the amount of time that is spent in between conflicts and recovering slowly throughout that time. And this is going to be for both your health and your focus. Please remember, as we get rolling, you have 30 points of health for every single point of your resilience, and you have 30 points of focus for every single ability score point of vigilance. However, each one of these has a minimum of 10, even if you do not have the resilience or vigilance score to give you a 10 in this category. So there's a minimum number, and this is really there to give some kind of set data for NPCs more than anything else. Instead of long or short rests, for every hour that your hero is spending time taking it easy, and that is the phrase from the core rulebook, you regain health and focus equal to your rank. Please notice that taking it easy is not a very well specified term. You might be doing other things during this time that are not physically demanding, such as perhaps talking to people or looking things up at a computer terminal. This is really up to the discretion of the narrator how easy you have to take it in order to be recovering. But it does mean that you need to keep track of the time spent during a day. If you are asleep, then you recover twice the amount of health and focus that you would taking it easy while awake. One key point, if you are shattered, you cannot recover focus by taking it easy, and it should go without saying that if you are dead, you can't recover health. So there really is no such thing as a short or long rest mechanic inside of this game. We simply keep track of time that you're not physically exerting yourself, and you heal slowly during this time. But is there a way to speed up the process? And there is, and that is the recovery check. Here's the way this works. Let us say that you are recovering your health. You roll a resilience check, and your target number is a 10. If you meet or beat a 10, you take the total value of what you have rolled and multiply it by your rank. That is the amount of health you have recovered. On a fantastic success, you recover twice as much. And of course, if you were wanting to recover focus as opposed to recovering health, you would roll a vigilance check as opposed to a resilience check. This happens as a standard action on your turn, meaning it can happen during combat and does not take the hour that a short rest mechanic does in other game systems. The downside to this only taking a single action to be able to do this amount of recovery is that, well, if you fail the roll, if you roll under a 10, you've spent the point of karma and you recover nothing. But what if you have a teammate you wish to assist? If you have a teammate who is unconscious or demoralized, which means their health or focus respectively is below 1, but not yet at an absolute negative value that is equal to the absolute value of their max health or focus, in which case they would be dead or shattered, you are able to spend an action on your turn and spend a point of karma of your own in order to do a roll in order to heal their health or their focus. You make the roll using your own ability score, and if you are assisting somebody with their health, you must be physically able to touch them, and that is to simulate administering first aid. And if you are trying to help somebody with their focus, then you must be able to communicate with them, which does not necessarily have to be spoken language, but that is what is most heavily implied. You make the roll as somebody would make a recovery check for themselves, and upon a success, you can heal them the appropriate amount of health or focus. But what if you have a team member who has died or is shattered? Can you help them? The answer is not really. To be specific, if you have a teammate who has died, the only way in the game officially to bring them back is if you have done a level 3 team maneuver that specifically allows for bringing someone back from the dead, which does exist, but you must have done it before the character died. If somebody is shattered, they are mentally broken and require long-term treatment. There is no official way in the game to bring them back, but it does specify that at the narrator's discretion, it absolutely can happen. And let's be very clear about it. Being dead inside of a comic book world is usually no more than a minor inconvenience, and written several times inside of the core rulebook and the Cataclysm of Kang, it says that a character who has died very well might come back, and there are many mechanisms which allow for it. Just none of them are officially part of the rules. But generally speaking, during a short-term period of time, such as a battle or a single game session, if somebody dies or is shattered, they are not coming back, rules as written. If you are a player, this is something you need to keep track of. You need to keep track of the amount of time that has gone by during the day and to ask what time it is and how much time has passed, because you should be keeping track of the amount of healing that is happening for health and focus for your character. If you are a narrator, you need to keep this in mind, that long and short rest mechanics do not officially exist in this game, and one way to challenge your players is to give them a series of difficult challenges that do not provide enough rest time to come back to full health. The only thing that automatically resets at the beginning of a day is karma, which is something that can be used for recovery checks, but it is a resource that must be managed. Anyway, I hope this has been of some help to you to understand how health and focus recovery happens, how rest happens, and how we are able to heal our focus and our health for ourselves or our teammates in this game. As always, YouTube is literally made out of buttons. I hope you press some of them, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.